How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another mediocre podcast episode. I'm with
Well,
the
uh,
man himself. Say hi.
hi.
Okay, thank you. So today we have another kind of unstructured episode. Nothing really particular we're going to talk about. So, Colin, let's start. How was your day today?
My day was good. Woke up at 7. Was a little tired, but the usual.
Yeah,
And then played video games pretty much all day.
nice. What games have you been playing?
Red Dead Redemption. Been
Nice.
back on that.
One of the best games, in my opinion, ever created. My day was a little strange. I needed to shop for a swimsuit today, and that's always a little bit off-putting. I'm
Uh,
not. I don't normally shop for stuff, so that was a little weird. So I had to go to Walmart, and so I was in Walmart. I was at the self-checkout line, and I
oh,
bent down. Now I bent down to look at some of the candy, on the bottom shelf. And this guy comes walking past, and I have longer hair, so he comes walking past, and he didn't see my face, my very masculine face, of course. So he thought I was a woman by my hair, and he said, "Excuse me, babe," and I'm like, "What the?" But I didn't even register it before he walked away. I'm like, he was calling me babe. I'm like,
to be fair, the first time I saw you, I thought you were Shrek's sister, so that
okay.
adds up.
Well, I'm sure Shrek's sister is very lovely. Um, but here's the thing: I'm very, very clearly a man. When I take off, I have a very thick beard that obviously you can't see it right now, but I have a very thick, long beard. Um,
He's
no,
lying.
I'm not lying. It's very, very long, very nice. But I'm like, even if I was a woman, to like walk up to a random lady you don't know and be like, "Excuse me, babe," I'm like, that's weird. I don't like
Well,
that.
you said he was an older gentleman. I feel like that's
No,
just like,
he was older, but I mean like 40s.
I mean, okay, that's not horrible.
It's still
Yeah,
weird though.
like
I think.
if he was in his like 60s or 70s, he'd probably say something like "move over, sugar." But well, maybe if he was more southern, that would have made more sense.
I thought that was kind of gross. I don't know. Calling someone you don't know babe just seems kind of off putting to me. But maybe it's just because we're super feminist, obviously, on this podcast.
Uh huh.
We are. Are you not feminist? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, yeah, we haven't talked to a single woman, and yet we're feminist.
Okay, Colin. We can be feminists and agree with women's rights without having a woman on the podcast.
Well, yeah, or we could just not talk about it and just move on.
Or you can screw off. Maybe that could be
I'm
it.
just saying, the more you bring it up, the more there's a problem. If you don't bring it up, no
I think you're
problem.
making a problem out of nothing, Colin. I think that's the issue. You're trying to make a problem when there's not one, and that's the issue. It's
No,
very typical of
that's
you.
what I did.
What'd you say?
I'm an instigator.
You're
That's
an
what I do.
instigator. Yeah. You're also creepy. So yeah,
I'm not creepy.
you're creepy.
Why am I creepy?
Have you ever looked in the mirror
Yes.
and you didn't want to throw up or call the police? Maybe get a restraining
Uh,
order against yourself.
well, I'm not a woman, so
That's
I
true. You're
don't,
probably not as creeped out as the majority of women are by you.
I don't creep out people most of the time.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Anyway, now that Colin's done trying to antagonize me with his shenanigans,
oh no,
um,
I'm not yet.
okay, great. So, Colin, well, let's talk about what you were on the hunt for last night. Instead of being an old man and going to bed early, you were trying to solve a mystery. No, it did end
All
up
it,
getting solved, right?
all it was I was watching a great movie that someone
Yeah,
recommended me.
okay. Let's pause here. So, I, being the movie savant I am, recommended him Shawshank Redemption. If you can remember last episode, and he, being the pussy he is, what didn't watch it. He was like, I don't feel like watching it, and
What?
he just didn't watch it for like a week. Yesterday, he finally watched it, and he liked it. Every movie I've recommended him, he's liked, but still, he's being so difficult about it.
I don't think that's entirely true,
Is it?
but
What movie have
regardless.
I recommended that you didn't like?
I don't remember. You keep telling me to watch No Country for Old Men, but it's
Excellent
nowhere.
movie.
I can't watch it.
Sounds like a you
It's
problem, buddy.
only nothing. And unlike some people I know, I don't pirate things.
I
I
do
believe
not. I don't condone pirating movies, and I
I,
don't illegally stream. I don't do that.
I'm saying there are some people out there that do that, but
Yes.
I don't because that's illegal.
But aren't you the one who likes starting small fires or in
No,
illegal
no, no,
areas?
no, no. I like starting campfires
Hmm.
surrounded by like rocks or stone,
I don't
not
know.
down
I'm pretty sure
buildings. Yeah,
I heard of a abandoned house that got burnt down somewhere in your area. You know, Saudi Arabia.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
Saudi.
you're in Saudi Arabia. That's because that's where you're from, and I'm from
I feel
Alaska.
like you're profiling right now, and I don't think that's
No, that's
appreciated.
not what I'm trying to say, Colin. You know what? Screw you. First of all, that's not what I'm trying to say. The
I
fact that you
mean,
said I'm saying it like that shows that you're profiling more so than I am.
how? Let's move on. So I was watching Shawshank Redemption. Great movie. I recommend it. You know, I wish someone told me about it sooner, but no one did.
Kiss my ass. Okay.
And there was one guy in the movie. I don't remember the character's name, but the actor William Sadler reminded me of someone. And all I could picture was this like really angry, like blood red face of this guy yelling at somebody with like curly hair. And no, I'm not talking about myself. But anyway, and I spent hours looking for this guy. Couldn't find him. I gave up. I went to Reddit to see if anyone could find him. And I checked this morning, and surprisingly, someone did. The actor I was looking for was John C. McKinley, I think. McKinley. And it was the movie The Animal with Rob Schneider that I remembered him in. He was a police officer. But yeah, that was a frustrating few hours last night.
Well, that was an most interesting story, Colin. Congrats.
You're the one that brought it up.
Yeah,
I
but
wasn't.
I was expecting you to put some more like showmanship into the storytelling, but you just
Well,
didn't. So like, okay, thank you for that. But and then okay, so then it made me remember some stuff from my childhood that I like vaguely remember, but not too much to being able to like find any information on. So I told Colin this story, and he was very, very thrilled by it because it's a very thrilling story. So when I was a young boy, you know, a youngster, you know, a young stunner, I was watching TV someday with like my parents, and on the TV there was like a commercial, and in the commercial, people were like having a party and stuff, and there was like a little person, um, of shorter stature, you know, obviously, that would like run through tunnels, and these tunnels connected to people's ovens. Okay, and
no,
that's all I remember. Them opening the oven up and seeing him inside, and, I don't know. And then that happened, and then for some reason I remember. I think it was a beer commercial. I don't know why that sticks out to me, but I feel like it was a beer commercial, and it spooked me so much as a child that I actually used to check the oven every night before going to bed to make sure there were no little people running among the house whilst I slept. And
wow.
I don't know, it was really weird. So like I tried to research for that commercial, and I just can't find anything. So
Are you sure it wasn't like a Lucky Charms commercial, like the leprechaun just bouncing around stealing people's Lucky Charms?
it wasn't animated. Definitely not animated. The only thing I can think of. Now, I did think maybe, because, you know, the Leprechaun series, the horror movie series, is a thing. So I was like, maybe it was a commercial for that. But I looked up you got me thinking of Lucky Charms. I looked up Leprechaun beer commercial. And you would think if there was a Leprechaun beer commercial that it would be like the first result, and I just could not find anything.
Well, that's because in good old Ireland, all they drink is Guinness.
Ireland's kind of
They don't,
lame.
they don't
Honestly.
need they don't need advertising. It's only Guinness.
Ireland sucks. I don't like Ireland.
Well, that's your opinion, man.
That's not even the quote.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, so when I quote the Big Lebowski and don't do it to a perfect level, I get criticized. But you can do it however way you want. Am I getting that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, so you're a big hypocrite. Okay.
No, just a jerk.
Well, that's pretty evident.
Yeah.
Piss me off, Colin.
But
Have I ever told you that?
What?
You pissed me off. Have I ever told you that?
Yes,
Okay,
and
I just want to make
anyway,
sure I cover all the air. Okay.
that commercial you talk about is very strange, and I have stories not of that commercial, but of other commercials. Like people seemingly remember this specific thing. It sounds very similar to the Mandela effect, which I think we talked in our second episode,
Yeah.
but um, it's a little bit different. Where like just a bunch of people remember different commercials, and I'm trying to think. There's not one that I specifically remember that I can't find. I can't think of it, but I have seen some weird commercials.
Yeah. Oh, here, that's a good question. What's your favorite Mandela effect? Like, because there's many different things that people say is a Mandela effect. I can't say that word. What's your favorite one? One that you're like are convinced was a certain way, but it's not.
No, see, my form of that is my favorite has got to be the Jiffy peanut butter. Everyone always said there was a Jiffy, and I will die on the hill that there was never such thing as Jiffy peanut butter. There's Gif peanut butter, or no, Jif peanut butter. Sorry, I was thinking of generated image.
No, it's
File.
so you're a GIF man now, not a GIF man. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, because I said GIF first.
It
but
sounded like
I
you said GIF first. Interesting.
No, GIF, GIF is the peanut butter. GIF, GIF.
No, that's GIF. That's GIF too. It's GIF too.
No.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Let me talk. GIF, GIF is generated image file or whatever, the animated picture, whatever. Regardless, different point. GIF peanut butter, that's a real thing. GIF, that's a real thing. There's Skippy peanut butter, but there was never such thing as Jiffy. There's Jiffy Lube, the car mechanic, if that wasn't clear enough. And I don't think there's any other. There might be like some insurance company called Jiffy or whatever, but that's it. There was never such thing as Jiffy peanut butter, and I refuse to believe you otherwise. That's my point on it.
Okay, that's interesting.
What's yours?
I think it has to be the Berenstein Bears one, if I remember correctly. Because if I remember it correctly, there was a Berenstain and Berenstein Bear. That was a whole shindig. Some people think Berenstein, some people think Berenstain. I've always been a Berenstein man myself.
Yeah, I have to agree with the Berenstein. I only remember a few times watching DVDs of the Berenstein Bear. Well, see, yeah, I definitely remember Berenstein. I'm not sure which one's the correct one, but
I'm gonna look up some Mandela. I keep wanting to say Mandela Catalog, but that's like an internet horror series. So I apologize if I say that.
Well, we don't need to spend our time on Mandela Effect. We've already talked about that before.
Have we?
Yeah, I just said that we talked about that in our second episode.
Are you sure? Because I thought we didn't cover that. I thought we just covered something else.
We definitely talked about it.
Okay, well, all right. Well, then I'll just go fuck myself.
Sorry, we're a little bit of a Mandela effect here on our own podcast after 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
anyway,
you speaking of like changes, you might notice Colin's disguise is different this time. He actually you can't see his face unlike last time.
Yeah, so the bandana just it kept getting in the way, it kept falling, and I'm sure my face probably was shown at some point. I don't really care. I'm getting a little hot with this one, but
yeah, your nose is red. You look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That was because I got burned the other day. Thank you very much.
How'd you get burned?
Even though I put on 3 layers or 3 different times I put on sunscreen, still managed to get burned. That was fun. Surprisingly, though, didn't get burned at a baseball game. Went to a baseball game, was plastered with sun. There was like 3 clouds out.
They have baseball in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah.
What
Except
team?
Saudi Arabia. Oh, that's a bad joke. Maybe I shouldn't. Anyway, next question.
Okay. Well, next question. I don't really have a question for you because you're not that interesting.
Well, that's just wrong and not true.
Yeah, whatever.
You're
very interesting. Name one interesting thing about you.
I'm the only person that's me.
That just sounds like a tragedy that you exist.
Well, the only thing worse is that you exist.
I 100% agree. But oh well. Here we are today, being shitty. But okay.
Yep. Anyway, what else is there to talk about?
Well, I could talk about that farming game mystery. Remember I was telling you about that?
Oh, yes, the thing. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's hear about it.
Okay, so basically, now I was going to research this today, but I got too sidetracked by Walmart and everything. So I'll just give you a watered down baseline analysis. I say that like I'm some type of fucking professional. If you really want to watch a good, coverage of it, Nexpo has a really great video, and he's much more deserving of your view than we are.
Oh, free advertising name. Is that what this is?
I mean, he's amazing. So I mean, obviously he gets free advertising.
I mean, yeah, he is, but if he wants to pay us, then he'll be even more amazing.
I mean, I would like to get paid, but I don't think he's going to pay us. But if he wants to, then I'd appreciate it. But
we should get sponsorships on this podcast.
I thought about that. Like, it was funny. I was sitting there eating Chipotle, and I don't know why this thought came to me, but I'm like, what if I just like got an email from like some sketchy business that wanted us to sponsor them? Like, what would we actually do? Would we go with it? Like, so like, let's say there was this like weird company that you couldn't really find that much information on that wanted to offer us like $500 to sponsor them in one episode. Would you want to go through with it?
Depends. Like, what are we sponsoring?
But what if they just want us to say shout out to this company, but we can't really find any information on them? What would you do?
I don't know how that would work. How are we shouting someone out if we can't find anything? How is anybody else supposed to find anything?
I don't know. It was just a hypothetical situation.
That sounds like a stupid hypothetical situation.
A stupid hypothetical situation for a stupid person, I guess.
Okay. I don't know why
answer the question. Okay, all right. I don't know. Whatever. Like, whatever we're advertising, I don't know. Let's just say it's for chopsticks or something. A chopstick brand of chopsticks that are great, but the company seems a little sketchy. It doesn't seem very good, but they're offering a good amount of money for a sponsorship. Would you go for it?
How are chopsticks? Jeez, I can't speak today.
I can't either. It's been a day.
I mean, I would do it. $500 is $250 for both of us. So
no, I would get $300. You would get $200.
All right, that's fair. You do it. You do editing. So
yeah.
I
edit it, and all I do is shorten it by like 5 seconds, but that actually is kind of annoying.
I mean, you could get a monkey to do that, but I guess you could do it too.
Wow. Okay. But anyway, monkeys are cool though. They're pretty smart. Probably smarter than both of us combined, obviously.
Exactly. That's why we could get a monkey to do it, and then it would be better.
Speaking of monkeys, have you heard of that like Travis the chimp case?
No.
Really? Oh, basically, this woman had a pet chimp named Travis, and she gave him like some medication that day, and he like flew into a frenzy and like started ripping the face off of her friend. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, monkeys do that. They'll tear off anything that like kind of gives a personality. So like they'll bite your fingers off, they'll rip your face, they'll do other things, unmentionable areas.
Damn.
They're terrifying creatures, honestly.
Yeah, I'm scared of monkeys. I don't like them. I do like them, but from afar.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, she was on Oprah, though, so, I mean, at least she got a fun experience out of it.
I want to say fun experience.
So you don't think being on Oprah would be fun?
I've heard a lot of terrible things of Oprah. Like, not like Ellen DeGeneres level, but she's not that great of a person.
Really? I haven't heard anything about her. I thought I heard that she kind of like let fame to get to her head a little bit. That's what I've heard.
There's that, and like she just doesn't treat her staff that well. I think. I don't know. I could be completely talking out of my butt here, but that's what I've heard.
I always kind of got the vibe that Ellen may have been a bitch. Like I don't know why. She always kind of gave that vibe. But
100% horrible person. I'm talking about Oprah. She treats her.
No, I just felt like saying that about Ellen because you mentioned Ellen, and I kind of completely forgot about her. I feel like no one even sees her nowadays.
See, she had her intelligence that she did with Dory in Finding Nemo. I think she'd be a lot better, but because she's not that, she's horrible.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. Being on Oprah could sound still like fun, even if she's not the best person. You know what talk show host I really don't like? Wendy Williams. She seems kind of annoying.
I don't think I know that person.
You're not missing out on much. She's annoying. But...
That's good. I guarantee you they're not anything like James Corden.
Oh, I didn't. Don't even bring that name up on this podcast, Colin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, actually, okay. Say what you don't like about him real quick, and then we can get on.
He's just annoying. He's
not funny.
British.
Threw up in my ass.
He's just all around not a great person, honestly. So,
I agree. I think he's just annoying. He's unfunny, and like if you're a comedian / host, you got to be a little bit funny, unless you're like us. But I think the fact that we are unfunny is like part of the fun.
Yeah. But yeah. Also, he was in Cats, so like, what a bombshell right there.
That movie was a fucking disappointment. I didn't see it. I just heard a lot of shitty things about it. But...
Oh yeah, I never saw it, and I hope I never do, because I think that's considered torture.
Yeah. All right, so now let me get back to the farming game, because we completely lost track and went completely different.
I think that was you.
No, I think it was you, but whatever, it's okay. Anyway.
All right, continue with your story. So
there was a Reddit post a while ago where someone was basically talking about some sort of farming game. It was like it wasn't I don't remember that. I can't remember. They said it like wasn't a Flash game, or it was. I can't remember. I don't remember all the. I can't talk today. I keep saying remember too much, and this is just a disaster. But basically, what'd you say?
I said it is what it is.
It is what it is. It doesn't matter. I don't care. But basically, this guy remembered a game where the premise was you were a farmer and you killed your wife. And you had to hide her body, and like occasionally people from the town or the cops would show up, and you had to like pretend nothing was amiss. And it was like that type of game. It wasn't like a big budget game, if I remember correctly, but that's the game he remembered. But he couldn't find the name of it, and people searched high and low everywhere for this game. And I don't think. Hold on, I actually did find a piece of information. Now this is just something I saw in a comment. Huh?
Sure, he was talking about a video game and not like he was on r/ask Reddit, like how do I hide my wife's dead body?
It's actually funny you say that, because something similar to that is in a segment of one of Nexpo's videos, so go check that out.
Yeah, one of his videos. Go check out one of his videos. He's got a whole catalog of videos. Just one of them, and you'll find it.
Let me tell you the one.
Don't bother naming the episode.
I am, Colin. If you would have given me a chance, I said it's the dark side of Reddit. You can do that. And now I don't even feel like finishing the story. I was gonna talk about it and have fun, but here you go, ruining my life as you always do. So.
Yep. Where would you be without me?
Probably much happier.
Yep.
Probably not though. I'd be kind of bored if I didn't have anyone to bully all the time, I guess. So.
Wouldn't have been in a huge friend group. Probably wouldn't even met a girl if it weren't for me. So
I wouldn't go that far. I think I would have met her eventually.
You think?
Probably. I hope so.
Yeah. Well.
Oh well.
You're welcome.
What'd you say?
I said you're welcome anyway.
Yeah. How about you go fuck yourself, Colin? How about that?
I can't do that.
Okay. All right. What'd you say?
I've tried.
Okay.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, TMI, Colin. We don't need to know about your late night
activities. Really? You say TMI. Okay.
I mean, we're live on air, Colin. You don't want to talk about...
Live?
We are live. We're live on air.
Really? We're live?
Live streaming right now.
Wow. Technology has come so far.
I mean, it is an option. Do you want me to start live streaming?
No, I think that's a terrible idea.
Okay. So...
I'm surprised we haven't deleted an episode yet. Like, I'm surprised we haven't said anything, and we're like, nope, we just did it all.
I'm surprised too. I'm gonna be irritated if that ever happens. Because like today, I'm really struggling with forming a sentence together for some reason. My stupid tongue is not working. That's not a good sentence to say.
Things you don't say in public for 200, Alex.
Huh?
Never mind. Jeopardy reference. Just never mind.
I don't watch Jeopardy. That's for fucking losers.
Well, I never watched it either, but I get the joke. I made it.
You made.
Well, I didn't. I stole the joke technically, but I said it, and
well,
therefore.
Did. Oh, actually, we did do Minecraft Jeopardy one time, and I won because I'm a winner.
Yeah. I think you won because you actually had intelligence, whereas everyone else was brain dead. And I was the host, so obviously I would have won if I was playing.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. God,
also,
my back's killing me.
So of course I would win.
What'd you say?
But I said I created all the questions, so of course I would win.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't even remember. I might still have some of those questions written down, but that was a while ago. Yeah.
It was like flies. Last summer, I think.
Yeah.
Damn.
I haven't been on Minecraft in a while. It's just, it gets boring.
Yeah, I love Minecraft, but like only if you can play with someone. It's not as fun by yourself. When I was like young, I used to have fun playing it by myself, but now that I'm older, it just doesn't hit the same. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Colin, and I'm not gonna let you get to me. Not today.
I'm not saying anything. I'm laughing.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You know what? You can go die in a fire. Okay. So how's Saudi Arabia treating you?
It's good, you know. Weather's great. Still don't know why you keep saying Saudi Arabia. It's a little concerning, but it's fine.
Well, that's where you told me you were this morning, so.
Okay. I mean, I could be lying to you.
You could be. You could be in, like, Antarctica right now.
Yeah, that's why I actually have all the clothing on, because it's so cold.
You're in an igloo, I see.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's so dark, because the sun doesn't ever reach here.
Okay. Yes, it's not because your LED lights just suck ass and stop working.
Oh, yeah. But they lasted like 2 years, so...
They should have lasted at least 10 years.
I mean, I Googled it, and most LED strips last up to like 4 to 6 years. But also, I had them on like every day, like for 8 hours a day at least. Probably more than that. Actually, yeah, way more than that, like 10 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
They finally gave up on me the other day. I was a little bit disappointed, but really the only problem is replacing, well, that is the main problem is replacing them, but having to like maneuver through a bunch of stuff. I got like pop figures in the way, Lego,
Absolutely,
you know, it's going to be difficult. Also, I'm short, so I don't know if I can reach it.
Yeah, but you guys might not know, but he's actually like 5'3", maybe 5'4" if you're lucky.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but...
On a good day, I'm 6 foot.
Okay, maybe if you're wearing, like, stiletto heels or something, you're 6 foot, but...
Maybe. You don't know what I wear.
Okay, that's a little... I did not need... Okay, alright, buddy. So...
You know, I wore heels once.
Really?
Not like throughout a day, like, for, like, 5 minutes, but... Yeah, it was with my cousins, and then...
Whoa.
Okay, that doesn't sound right.
You wore heels around your cousins. That's a little bit weird.
There was a wall. There was like a shoe rack, and it was purple heels. I remember it, and I was like, I wonder what they'd be like to wear them. So I put them on, and I almost fell to my face. So that was fun.
Okay, I don't think I've worn heels before, but
you don't think? How do you not know?
I just don't remember. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if I had. I've tried them at some point, but I don't think I have. What are you doing?
I was just messing with something on my desk.
Okay.
Sorry. I was spacing out from how boring you are.
Okay, I'm many things, but boring is not one of them. You're boring.
You really have to go quiet while I was drinking.
I was trying to make you uncomfortable.
It was just dead silent, and there's also like nothing in there, so I didn't get much.
So you just drank for no reason. Okay.
I mean, I got like a little bit, like 2 drops, but
Okay. But anyway, so have you heard that Justin Timberlake was arrested this morning?
really, for what?
Something. Hold on, let me look it up.
Oh, he's supposed to. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, there's a new movie for Pharrell Williams, the music artist. He's making a Lego movie. It's like a biopic.
Yeah.
Thing I ever heard of, but I'm interested solely because Snoop Dogg is in it. So that's exciting. But also Justin Timberlake is in it. I don't know why, but sure. I'm all here for it.
He was arrested, charged with a DWI.
DWI, driving while
influenced?
driving while influenced. I think that's it.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
I don't know what the difference is, like DUI, driving under the influence, DWI, driving...
It could be, like, the difference in, like, how drunk you are, like the...
Maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Who knows? But, I don't know. So, have you watched any fun movies besides the movie I recommended you, one of the greatest movies of all time?
Yeah, yesterday I watched a bunch of movies, trying to remember. I just started rewatching the Ocean series, the bank or casino heist movies. Great movies. Love them.
Yeah.
You know, the cast is just incredible. You've got George Clooney, Matt Damon, Brad Pitt. He's not,
Brad Pitt's the fucking
Bernie
man.
Mac, R.I.P. What?
Wait, who? R.I.P. who?
Bernie Mac.
Oh, okay.
He's funny. He's great. Was great.
Thanks for adding the was, Colin. We needed that.
Well, I'm sorry. You don't know him, so whatever. You didn't know he was dead until I told you, so gotcha. Yeah. And then a bunch of other people in those movies. Julia Roberts, she's hot.
Did you say Julia Roberts was hot?
Yeah, is she not?
I don't know. I've always seen her as Shelby from Steel Magnolias, and I just don't picture her as hot. But, hey, I mean, I'm the guy with a Kylo Ren mask on, so I'm not judging anyone based on look.
Yeah, you like Adam Driver.
Adam Driver's a very talented guy, but I don't like Kylo Ren.
You do realize he was in the new Star Wars movies, right? That was...
And he's been in other movies like The Marriage Story. He was in that. Great movie.
What was it called?
The Marriage Story, I believe. Hold on. I think it's...
Yeah, but what was the name of the movie, AJ?
The Marriage Story.
Okay, you're telling me the plot, but I want to know the name of the movie.
You're not very funny, Colin. Yeah, it's called... Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's called Marriage Story, not The Marriage Story.
See, I told you. I was looking for the name of the movie, and you wouldn't tell me.
You know... No one... You know what, Colin? Have I ever told you that you're really unlikable?
Yeah, you've told me.
Like, sometimes, like, you just are so unlikable, it like, flabbergasts me. And I can't even bring words to describe how unlikable you are. And it's kind of, like, upsetting.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, continue talking about the movies you've watched.
Oh, yes. What else did I watch? I watched a bunch of movies. Sorry. Indigestion. Is it a taser? Oh, it is.
No, it's not. It's like a candle lighter.
Oh.
But it looks like a taser. And I like
it. Looks like a jewel.
Huh?
I said it looks like a jewel.
It kind of does. Should I tase myself with it?
I don't think... You said it's a lighter. I think that's fire, then.
Well, yeah, but should I light my hand on fire?
No.
Why not?
'Cause it hurts?
I thought that's why you'd be enticing me to do it.
I'm not going to promote self-harm here. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put it past... I can't talk today. Why'd I even... I can't form a sentence today.
Yeah, you're failing miserably.
Well, you're failing miserably too, so we're both failing. So
I only messed up once
you've
so
messed
far.
up a couple of times.
What? Okay. Anyway, Ocean's movies, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, great movies. Love to see it. Brad Pitt eats a lot in that movie. Like, he eats in a lot of his movies, but that movie especially, I saw he ate like 40 shrimp in during one scene because they had to keep reshooting it.
Yeah.
My man he's eating way too much.
Brad Pitt is my man, not your man, Colin. Just wanted to let you know that.
I didn't mean like my man, okay? And he's not your man
He's
either.
my man. He's the man himself.
He's Mrs. Pitt's man. I don't know who that is. Is he married?
I don't think. I mean, he was married to Angelina Jolie, but they're very divorced.
Oh. Dang. Anyway. It's so funny to me how much people get like bent out of shape about celebrities' lives.
Yeah.
They're not mythological beings. They're real people.
Yeah, real people who got lucky and are famous, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think celebrity, like, obsessions is just kind of sad. Like, who, like, to worship a person that much and be obsessed about them that much is just unhealthy. Like, I don't know. Like, I joke about, like, loving Brad Pitt that much, but, like, I at the end of the day, I don't really care that much. I think he's a cool guy. I think he's a good actor.
Sure you,
huh?
I said, sure you do. You don't have a crush on him at all.
Well, of course
sure.
I have a very no homo crush on him. It's a man crush, you know. But still, I'm not like obsessed with the guy. Huh?
You can't have a man crush and not it be homosexual.
Okay, it's a little homosexual, but it's not like that. You know, you have a man crush on Ryan Reynolds, so it's okay.
Okay, I wasn't saying anything.
I know, I'm just making sure. You know, I'm not the only one who's slightly homosexual. But
I was watching another movie, Ted, the teddy bear.
Mm-hmm.
Seth MacFarlane, Mark Wahlberg, hilarious, love it. And funny enough, Ryan Reynolds actually shows up in that movie, and he's a gay lover to another guy. So
interesting. Ryan Reynolds is cool. I like Ryan Reynolds.
He's funny.
Yeah, I like him. But
I'm really excited for the new Deadpool Wolverine movie.
Yeah, I am too. Hopefully, I told you and your mom about that, right? About maybe going to go see it together.
Yeah, we can talk about that after the podcast, AJ. We don't make plans while on the podcast.
I mean, I just thought to bring it up. Why not, Colin?
We can talk about the movie, but you don't need to like bring my mom into it. So easy to irritate you.
I'm just very irritable the last couple of days. I felt like just punching someone yesterday. But I didn't do it though because I didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, because then how do we do the podcast?
I don't know.
Because there's no replacing me. Obviously, there just isn't any.
Well.
But anyway, back to what we were talking about before, which I don't even remember really.
Ryan Reynolds, lovely man. Anyway, I watched a bunch of movies this week. You know, I'm pretty boring. Let's be honest here. I don't do much.
Yeah, I don't either. But it's okay. Nothing wrong with not doing anything. You know.
Oh yeah.
Perfectly.
I mean, you know, there are some things that I should do, but who has time for that? You know.
Yeah, exactly. Who needs time for productive shit when you have Shawshank Redemption to watch? Am I right?
Oh, absolutely.
But anyway.
Or Redemption to play.
What'd you say? Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, great.
You seem to have a hearing problem.
It's because first of all, my hearing does suck. I've realized that. I think I am losing my hearing. I'm gonna end up like Beethoven by the end of the summer. Probably, I'm not gonna be able to hear anything. And I won't even have the talent he had of being able to play the piano, so it's just gonna suck.
Yeah, isn't it incredible that man was deaf and wrote some fire music?
Like Moonlight Sonata, right?
No, I'm talking about like Fairlies.
Moonlight Sonata is better than Fur Elise.
They're not even close.
It
not
is.
Even close.
It's 100% better.
Because the song, it starts as a love piece. This is actually true. Well, at least from what I can remember, it starts as like a love piece to whoever he was with at the time, and they broke up like sometime in the middle of it. So that's why it gets like all insane. Like it's a great piece of music, honestly.
I read that. I read something similar to that, but I read like the start. He was like trying to write it so that she could also play it. But then they broke up, so he made it really complicated, so there was no way she could ever play it.
Yeah, I did see that.
But I'm like, that is just such a fucking baller move to do.
Oh yeah, musical genius right there.
Yeah, I just like Moonlight Sonata. I have a lot of good memories with that. Just great piece of music. You know, all in all, just amazing. I don't know why you're shaking your head, Colin. It's kind of weird.
Anyway, so death.
Death, fun thing. It's gonna happen to all of us.
You know, I've thought about being a graveyard. I've talked about it with you. I thought about being like a graveyard, like keeper, like groundskeeper or whatever, like or grave digger. Like,
Yeah.
It sounds easy. Don't really have to deal with people. You know, they're dead, so like I don't have to talk to them.
Yeah.
Well, some creepy people might, but I want to do that. Not while anybody else is around. But I don't know how to like apply to work at a graveyard.
I don't know. I guess you could just go to like go up to one of the businesses and be like, "Hey, I want to be like a graveyard or a grave digger or something." Just say you're a fan of the monster truck, the grave digger, and then hopefully they'll just let you.
Well, I am. You know, I'm a very big fan of him.
Yeah. Is that your favorite monster truck?
Yeah.
What about that other one? What was it called? The dog one?
Yeah, Monster Mutt.
Monster Mutt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now this loser, he has a Monster Mutt hat, and he wore it in middle school and thought that was appropriate.
Okay, well, I don't really know why I wore it then, but I was 5 when I got it, or like 7. I don't know how old I was. Let's be honest. But you know, I was young. Actually, I'd been even younger than that, probably like 4 or 5. But you know, I don't know. It's just funny looking. Like before all the weird animal stuff happened, like it's just cute. Like it's got like floppy ears, little tongue on the bill of the hat. It's like funny until you remember furries exist, and then you want to burn it.
Yeah, we talked about furries a little bit last time, and we're just not huge fans.
Oh, so you remember that, but you don't remember Mandela effect.
Because first of all, it was longer ago we talked about the Mandela effect. And also, I really don't think we talked about that.
I guarantee you go back, you will see we talked about it, at least for like 5 minutes.
I don't think we... And then why did you have such a problem with us briefly going over it again today?
Because we don't need to talk about it again. We've only had like 5 episodes and we're already reusing content.
We are reusing content, Colin. We didn't talk about it. I'm 99% sure we didn't talk about it.
I guarantee you we talked about it.
I'm actually...
Okay, let's make a bet. If we didn't talk about it, you get to kill me.
All right. But what if we did talk about it?
If we did talk about it, I get to kill you.
Sounds like a plan, honestly.
All right. Okay. Now the audience already know we talked about it, so you guys know what's happening next week. Can't wait to see you there. But
you know, it's okay. I'm ready to die. I've lived 18 years. I'm ready to clock out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm already 18% of the way through life, so why not just clock out early? You know?
You really think you're gonna get to 100 exactly?
Maybe if I change some lifestyle choices, stop drinking 17 beers a day, stop smoking cigarettes, then I think I will be able to get to 100.
Unbelievable.
What do you mean? What's unbelievable?
You.
Well, what did I do?
Everything.
Okay.
Now, see, I just want to live to the year, like, 2100, and I'll be happy with that. Because, like, seeing a new century, that's a century. That would be kind of cool. Um, that's really it. Once I hit my 90s, yeah, I'm good. Now, if I'm like in misery, like I just got pain everywhere. I mean, I already feel pain now. Like I stub my toe and then I still feel it 3 hours later. But
So your idea of pain and suffering is stubbing your toe.
no, I just mean like abnormal pain. Like old people, they just sit there and they're in pain. Like, how is that even possible?
Old
But
people are kind of weird, honestly.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them sometimes.
I mean, most old people that I've talked to are cool. I mean, they're only my family. Haven't really talked to any old strangers. That'd be a little weird and concerning. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Old people are. Some consider them to be a national treasure because they've lived so long. But
Yeah, I mean, Nick Cage is getting up there, so
that's true. Damn it! Yeah, how old is he?
I don't know, like 50 something.
Yeah. And Brad Pitt's 60 years old, so he's an old person too, and he's amazing.
Really?
He's 60 years old. Can you believe it? An absolute hunk is 60 years old.
I swear he was like in his 40s 2 days ago.
I know. Man.
I mean, that may be because I watched a 20-year-old movie, but it's besides the point.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just stuck on the fact that I do not think we talked about the Mandela effect.
Will you give it up? Now we're talking about it even more.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Let's move on.
Okay. All right. So you start a conversation. I've been driving this podcast the whole time.
You've been driving this. I've been talking to.
I've been pushing us forward, and you've just been sitting there.
I learned how to play poker today.
Really? Oh yeah, playing Red Dead. How's that?
Yeah.
How's poker?
I won my first game, lost a few more games, but then I killed it. Walked away with like $3, so that was good. Yeah, I'm like basically a pro now.
Yeah. You should just go to Vegas now and bet your whole life savings, which is like $5.
I felt like a little bit of money saved up.
Nice. Well, then bet it all. Do some online poker.
Now, online's that's an old man's game.
Sure.
Cause old people don't bother going anywhere now. They just go on their phone and they're like, "Oh, yep."
Yeah, of course.
I want to go to the casino.
Casino? And I thought I couldn't talk. What the fuck is good?
Okay. Casino. I want to go to the casino and watch all my money go away instead of just clicking a button and it's gone.
But don't you think it's kind of like more painful to just click a button and then just being like, oh great, I'm going to have to sell my house, live out of a cardboard box just with a click of a button?
Exactly. I don't want that. I want to see my money go away. I want to watch it disappear in front of me instead of just being like, oh, there goes the mortgage.
I'm going to start betting all of my money on UFC fights and just watch everything just dwindle. But sounds fun. I don't understand. I don't see why I can't do that. But,
maybe laws, but
I don't think. Well, I don't think. I think. Hold on. I'm trying to
be very careful with the next few words you choose.
No, I'm trying to say the betting age is 21. I assume because of gambling. That's stupid. Nothing cool happens when you turn 18. Like
you can join the military.
I guess that's kind of cool, but no one really cares about that. But you can't smoke cigarettes, you can't drink alcohol, you can't gamble. It's like, what can you do?
Wow, it's almost like they're trying to stop you from committing your life to a horrible path.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go down that path anyway, it doesn't really matter if there's laws around it. But I'm just waiting for it to be legal to turn my life down that direction.
You can move, and then, then it'll be legal.
True. What's the legal drinking age in Saudi Arabia?
I don't know. I don't live there.
Yeah, that's what you said this morning.
I didn't talk to you this morning.
Yeah, you did.
Who are you, Agent?
No one. All right. Anyway, let's move on.
Girlfriend. Unbelievable. There's a gnat in my room.
I thought I saw something fly past your camera, but I thought, oh well, it could just be a ghost.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I do have a friend named Frederick in Saudi Arabia. I haven't told you about him, but yeah. Maybe we'll have him on the podcast one day.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, Frederick in Saudi Arabia. He's a cool guy.
Okay. What would you do if you got drafted?
It's a really good question. Because my family, like a lot of my family members have been drafted, and some or were drafted, and some of them went into the military, but others, like there was a guy in my family who shot himself in the foot so that he didn't have to serve.
Oh my.
Yeah, I don't know what path I'd go down.
See, I wouldn't want to join on purpose. Like, I wouldn't want to volunteer, but if the time comes that it does happen, then that gives me an excuse to not do anything else in my life.
That's true.
So, like, I can go out, blaze a glory, or, die trying, glaze, whatever. Give it my best, probably do something really stupid, get a bunch of people killed, probably my own guys, and then lose the war.
Yeah, and then maybe, like, if you do survive, you could have, like, a cool, like, I don't know, like a cool villain backstory or something.
Oh, yeah. So this is shrapnel from the bomb that dropped on me. And this is a bullet from my sergeant who tried killing me when I was shooting at our own guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, friendly fire is one of those things where, is it acceptable? No. But, it happens sometimes,
Well, in the words of the Helldivers, friendly fire isn't. So I wouldn't really call it that.
Yeah, that's true. But, oh well.
I don't know what I'm talking
fire, whatever.
You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I don't, because I don't play that game.
No. Friendly fire isn't. Think about that for a minute.
Okay. What'd you say?
For you. Oh my god. Cut. Can we get a cut?
Yeah.
All right. You missed your line, AJ. It was leaving.
Oh, yeah, leaving. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
nice.
Walk away.
All right. God,
anyway.
This episode's a disaster.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of, our whole podcast really is,
It's just going to be a huge...
Huh?
No, it's just going to be like a huge cut in the middle of nowhere. They're not even going to know why. They're just going to be like, well, what was that? They're not going to know.
Yeah, or you could not cut it and make it even worse for ourselves.
Nah, that's fine. We can cut it out.
Good luck with that, because I'm not doing it.
Well, why would I expect you to put any effort into this?
Well, number one, I don't have access to it, so it's not like I could put effort in it.
I could give you the file.
Anyway, let's talk about something important for once.
Okay. Well, all right. What important things do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Trying to think of something, like it's really hard to come up with things on the spot. Like I could never do anything like
improv,
public speaking. Like could never do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I could public speak. I don't think I could do improv though. It depends on the day. Because today I would not be able to because I just can't speak correctly.
Yeah, I mean you can't really speak any other day. Yeah.
I can speak. You can't speak.
I got hit in the head times.
I have. I got hit in the head. I was dropped on my head as a baby, but it's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
What important? You said you wanted to bring up something important, so bring it up.
Well, I'm thinking of something. This is what happens when you go completely unscripted without any notes. You fail.
I had some notes, but I was going to talk about that farming game some more, and you guys just irritated me.
Well, you kept going on a tangent. If you just ignored
me. You went
on
a tangent. Don't blame it on me.
Oh, no. All you had to do was ignore me, and you would have talked about it. You did talk about it.
A little, not as much as I wanted to.
Well, you kept acting like you were going to research this for 3 days, and then before we got on the podcast, you were like, okay, so I'm going to Google this real quick to get some notes down. And I was like, oh, so you didn't do anything at all.
Okay, first of all, the 3-day thing, I mentioned this yesterday, so I don't want to hear the 3-day thing. That's just nonsense.
Well, you acted like you were going to actually research it for a little bit, and then
When did
you
I
didn't.
say that? When did I say I was going to research it?
No, I said you acted like, not that you said you were.
Well,
You acted,
how did I act like I was going to research it?
because you said the farming game thing. And what are we talking about? Jeez, this is a failure.
Well, I mean, all of our episodes have been failures, so it's nothing.
Yeah, but this one is especially because we're not talking about anything. We're just arguing the whole time.
Well, I mean, that's what we did last episode, and I thought that was actually pretty nice.
Yeah, well, that's because you're a masochist and you like feeling pain.
I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna ignore that.
No denying it. No denying it at all. Is crazy.
I'm more of a no. I'm just gonna ignore that. I'm not a masochist. I'm more of a sadist.
Okay, I've got an impromptu question. So, let's say you someone in your family dies, like someone in old age, basically. And you go to their funeral, and I might have talked about this before, honestly, but a bunch of guys in like black suits walk up and like pay their respects. You've never seen these men in your life, and they just give you a note and walk away, disappear. Do you open it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be curious.
Yeah.
Would you?
And yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I remember me and my mom were talking about like what would happen if, like the Italian mob show up at our door one day and like say like, oh, your great grandfather, he was like a part of this and that and like whatever. And then not 2 seconds like, because I don't know why we were in a parking lot, like it was dark out, but we were just sitting there talking about it, and then all of a sudden the phone rings and we both start freaking out.
It's just the # slasher.
Very funny. Very funny.
More funny than that other joke you were trying to say about what was it? The Hell Divers joke about friendly fire. That's just stupid.
Cutting that out. Why are you bringing it back up? Also,
no, we're not cutting out the entire joke. We're just cutting out the part that we don't want anyone to see. It wasn't
a joke. That's the thing, though. You're not understanding.
I think it's just stupid.
Okay, you can think that, but it's not a stupid joke. It's just not a joke. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, well, your life is a joke. How about that?
Huh?
Your life is a joke. How about that?
I know. I've been saying it for a long time, so thank you for stealing my joke.
You haven't said that joke on the podcast, so I thought it was free game, so.
Just because I didn't say something on the podcast doesn't mean it's a free game.
Well, I thought it was.
No one's talked about Apple yet. That doesn't mean I'm going to steal that name for a company.
I mean, I don't see why not.
You're a special kind of stupid. Okay.
Says you.
Let's think here. I don't know.
Yeah, we're coming up on an hour anyway, so I say let's wrap this up.
I just had something in my mind, but now I can't think of it. Oh man. This is what you do. You ruin everything.
How did I ruin it?
You kept arguing with me for no reason.
Oh.
And continued to push that you wanted to talk about something, but then kept moving it away as soon as I said something else. It's almost like you were so much more interested in what I had to say than what you were thinking about.
Here's the thing. It's insane you're saying I'm arguing with you when you were antagonizing me. So the whole purpose was for me to argue with you. So it's really your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad we made that clear.
Yeah, so when you really think about it, most things that go wrong with this podcast is probably your fault.
Things didn't go wrong until today. I just want to put that out there.
I don't know. The only thing that went wrong today was that part we're going to have to cut out that no one's going to know why.
There's no we. You're going to have to cut it out.
Well, I just said we just because that's the first word that came to mind.
Also, you don't cut something out and then talk about it for another 30 minutes, AJ.
It's been like 10 minutes, Colin. It's been like 10 minutes. But
you cut it out and then you don't talk about it
No,
again.
but I think it's funny to talk about it because it's
then
like, well,
no one's going to understand what happened because you had to open your mouth about something.
Yeah, well, I just want to keep bringing it up.
The last half the whole half of this episode is just gonna not make any sense because you had to do something.
Whole half of an episode? You mean like the last 10, 15 minutes? Is that what you mean?
It has not been 10, 15
It's been
minutes.
like 10, 15 minutes. It happened around 4:30, and it's 4:41. So it's been like 10 around that.
Episode, we need to come up. Let's talk about dreams next episode. I think that's.
Well, I offered to bring that up, but you said no.
Well, it's hard because I only have my phone to like read off of.
Interesting.
But I should be able to, memorize myself or familiar myself, whatever, with some of the dreams I've had. We'll talk about that next episode.
All right, let's end this one off. I apologize that Colin ruined it. Yeah. His shenanigans
we're so disorganized and can't seem to follow a simple structure with anything.
His shenanigans kind of just set us adrift, but it's fine. We prospered with it, and we'll survive this, or we won't, or we'll be dead by next week. You never know.
Until next time.
Yeah.
Until
next time.